Now I like to refer to the first graph. As you can see, this is a bar graph measuring net sales over the first 10 months of the year. You note that this sales loss started in the first new month, then I was marked in clear in April. They spread in May at a loss and reverse up. Then the rest dramatic drop of the following month. However, by a single ingredient, and this change continued up interpretation.
What was the reason for the student drop in July?
The government due to the drop of the eye conditioner sale.
Could be a conclusion is a negative effect to the interest rate rise.
Possible. Now, if I could allow your attention to this next diagram, this is a line graph of sales. The blue line represents as container sales. The red line shows height. As you note, a container sales from January to June, bottoming out then. While head sales depends that a sharp interest from March to June. Then the drop marketed from June to June. Then this comment dropped in September, with a pronounced drop in October.
Does the airplane to inflation in auto sale?
Lastly, if we look at the pie diagram, you can see that a container and head together represent more than half of our total sales, but there was seasonally wise other happenings at fairly set low of year.
While we can sell our conditioners when it's cold, what's their challenge?
Import to adults and American.
Also said that
Today I'm going to look at the research of our customer surveys. First, I go towards the summary question, then summary the research, and finally I outline two conclusions. After that, there will be time for question and discussion. So let's start with the survey questions. Turning to the research, as you can see from the diagram, most people discuss with what buy when they sold the product at the showroom. About others made their decision based on what the salesperson. They also knew what they wanted to buy. Most of two made their decision on the recommendation of a friend. Only a few said they did on advertising. Let's move on the conversation. The first one is that it's very important that salespeople on the floor know about products. Another is that after sales survive is critical. People who expensive goods after sales survive are more likely to recommend a brand. And finally, advertising. It's expensive, so we need to make sure we're getting resources. So I'd like to end with a summary what I have some recommendation. The figure shows that sales are strongly seasonal, and that customers depend a good information on the. So I like to recommend great content in the off-season. The spend more time wearing our sales request. That's all I have for now. Are there any questions?
You mean that the cell figures may also repeat condition make chance. Can you expand on that?
Well, we have ongoing going to depends on the economy. As I understand it, we can look forward than that any.
Are you saying we are on of parent of the growth?
Well, I update that a bit outside my area of passion, but that was the purpose of suggesting.
If you believe it. You should get that we might be spending too much on our stay. Can you cover that?
It has a quantity without better data.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
We don't have a figure to really now I effect our staying.
In my opinion, you can't do it without investing.
Time for one last question.
I have one.
Yes, John.
Is it time for coffee?
Okay, when grabs out now. Thank you for your input, everyone.
Thank you.